Nashtaprayesha bhadresho Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistike. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 1, The Advent of Lord Krishna, Introduction. Text number 65. Risher Vinirgame Kamso Risher Vinirgame Kamso Yadun Matva Suran Iti Yadun Matva Suran Iti Devakya Garbha Sambhutam Devakya Garbha Sambhutam Vishnum Cha Sva Vadham Prati Vishnum Cha Swavadham Prati Risher Vinirgame Kamsa Yadun Matva Suraniti Devakya Garbha Sambhutam Vishnum Cha Swavadham Prati Risher Vinirgame Kamso Yadun Matva Suraniti Devakya Garbha Sambhutam Vishnum Cha Swavadham Prati Risher Vinirgame Kamso Yadun Matva Suraniti Devakya Garbha Sambhutam Vishnum Cha Swavadham Prati Risher Vinirgame Kamso Yadun Matva Suraniti Devakya Garbha Sambhutam Vishnum Cha Swavadham Prati Rishehe of the great sage Narada Vinirgame on the departure after giving information Kamsa Yadun all the members of the Yadu dynasty Matva thinking of Suran as demigods Iti thus Devakya of Devaki Garbha Sambhutam the children born from the womb Vishnum accepting as Vishnu Cha and Swavadham Prati fearing his own death from Vishnu. The 66th verse is given together with the 65th verse. So I'll read that by myself. The 66th verse. Devakim Vasudevam cha nigrihya nikadair grihe jatam ahan putram tayor ajana shankaya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation of the two verses are given together. After the departure of the great saint Narada, Kamsa thought that all the members of the Yadu dynasty were demigods and that any of the children born from the womb of Devaki might be Vishnu. Fearing his death, Kamsa arrested Vasudeva and Devaki and chained them with iron shackles. Suspecting each of the children to be Vishnu, Kamsa killed them one after another because of the prophecy that Vishnu would kill him. Please repeat this translation after me. After the departure of the great saint Narada, Kamsa thought that all the members of the Yadu dynasty were demigods and that any of the children born from the womb of Devaki might be Vishnu. Fearing his death, Kamsa arrested Vasudeva and Devaki and chained them with iron shackles. Suspecting each of the children to be Vishnu, Kamsa killed them one after another because of the prophecy that Vishnu would kill him. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Jiva Goswami in his notes on this verse has mentioned how Narad Muni gave Kamsa this information. This incident is described in the Hari Vamsha. Narad Muni went to see Kamsa by providence, and Kamsa received him very well. Narada therefore informed him that any one of the sons of Devaki might be Vishnu. Because Vishnu was to kill him, Kamsa should not spare any of Devaki's children, Narada advised. Narada's intention was that Kamsa, by killing the children, would increase his sinful activities so that Krishna would soon appear to kill him. Upon receiving the instructions of Narad Muni, Kamsa killed all the children of Devaki one after another. The word Ajana Shankaya indicates that Lord Vishnu never takes birth, Ajana, and that he therefore appeared as Krishna, taking birth just like a human being, Manushim Tanu Ashritam. Kamsa attempted to kill all the babies of Devaki and Vasudeva, although he knew that if Vishnu were born, he would not be killed. Means Vishnu would not be killed. Actually, it came to pass that when Vishnu appeared as Krishna, Kamsa could not kill him. Rather, as foretold, it was he, that is Krishna, who killed Kamsa. One should know in truth how Krishna, who takes his birth transcendentally, acts to kill the demons, but is never killed. When one perfectly understands Krishna in this way, through the medium of Shastra, one becomes immortal. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. The translation of this verse from the Bhagavad Gita: one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvichesha Shunyavadi Pachat Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nitya Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasa Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the events leading to the birth of Krishna, the appearance of Krishna as the eighth son of Devaki and Vasudeva are being described here. The actual birth of Krishna is described in the third chapter. We are in the first chapter, which gives the introduction to this whole incarnation of Krishna, the most important incarnation. So tomorrow is incarnation of Lord Rama as deity in the grand temple that is ready for installing him and worshipping him. So incarnation means the Lord becomes visible to our eyes. And he becomes visible to our eyes in a form that we can see him or we can perceive him. Now, we cannot perceive anything other than matter. So, the special form in which the Lord appears, looking like matter, but actually is not material, a completely transcendental form, is called the deity form, Archa Vigraha, Archa Avatara, Archa Rupa. Means specifically meant for us to worship. Archa means worship. So a worshipable form is called Archavatara. We have to worship. Now when Krishna appears, or Rama appears as the son of his devotees, apparently taking birth like an ordinary human being. It's not at all ordinary. It is not at all material. He doesn't accept a material form. He comes in his original transcendental form. Original transcendental form means the form in the spiritual world, which is eternal and completely spiritual. In the same form he comes. But we cannot see him in that form. We cannot see him in spiritual form. Because our eyes can only perceive material forms. And that too all, not all material forms. Like if the devatas were to come, and they do come to this earth planet sometimes, we cannot see them with these eyes. Because these eyes can only perceive gross form. Devatas have a material form, of course, but they have a subtle material form, Sukshma Sharira. So that Sukshma Sharira we cannot see with these eyes. Just like we cannot see the form of a ghost. Why? Because ghost has got only a subtle form, no gross form. Similarly, we cannot see the devatas, subtle form. And of course, we cannot see the spiritual form of Krishna, Rama, Narsimha, Varaha. We cannot see. But then they become visible as Krishna, as Rama, as Narsimha, as Varaha by giving us the power to see them in that specific form that they have appeared, only till they are present on this earth, performing their pastimes. That's all. Only to that extent we are given the power to see. And to understand that this personality is actually a spiritual personality, is actually the Supreme Lord in his original spiritual form, is only possible for devotees. It is not possible for anybody else. Even the greatest Vedic scholars, they study such forms, but they come to the conclusion that because the Lord, when he incarnates, he performs extraordinary activities, they think, oh, the absolute truth, who is impersonal, has assumed a material form and come as Krishna, Rama, Narsimha, Varaha, like that. This is a conclusion of the Vedic scholars who are non-devotee scholars of the Vedas. The devotees, they clearly know, they clearly understand, they perfectly understand that Krishna is completely transcendental and he appears in his transcendental form and he gives us the power to see him out of his causeless mercy upon us. His mercy. Just like we cannot understand, Krishna appears in a spiritual form and gives us the power to see him even though we cannot see spirit. Similarly, we cannot understand the actions of a pure devotee like Narada. Most often, Narada is misunderstood to be a troublemaker. Ignorant, foolish people who don't study the scriptures under proper guidance, the proper authority. They hear some pastimes or stories or read some books and they form their own opinion about who is Narada or who is Vishnu, who is Krishna, and very often they misunderstand. Like after even studying the original Vedas, the non-devotee Vedic scholars, they come to the conclusion that the form of the incarnation of Krishna is material. Even the deity form, they say, is a imaginary form. They use the word idol. Like newspaper reports, if you see, or in the TV, or even in the internet, you see some reports. Idol of Ram Lalla is ready. It's not an idol. Idol means an imaginary form. Idol means a statue which has no life. Now, tomorrow the installation will happen. What is that installation ceremony? It is also called Prana Pratishtha. That means the Lord from the spiritual world, Lord Rama, will be invited by the proper procedure, Vedic procedure of the Agamas, to come and reside in that form which has been carved from black stone. The Lord will come and reside. And after that installation, that form is no longer material form. Even before installation, it is not a material form because the selection for carving that deity is done by experts who have got certain criteria, what type of stone is suitable for making the deity. The correct English word is deity. Deity means the Lord himself is descending from the spiritual world. That is deity. Idol means some imaginary form, some material form, some statue, lifeless, dead form. That is idol. So never refer to deity as idol. That's a big mistake. That's an offense. So the correct word is deity. And deity means real form, real person, full of life. That is deity. Archa Vigraha, Archa Murti, Archa Avatara. And the person who is going to carve that form, particular type of stone. To give you a simple, a very small criterion, the stone which they select for preparing the deity, it gives a certain type of melodious sound when it is struck. Just like this kartal, right? It has been specially prepared with some metal combination so that you strike this, you see, it gives a melodious sound to hear, a musical sound. Similarly, the stone from which the deity is going to be carved gives a specific melodious sound which is recognized as a suitable stone for carving the deity. And the form of the deity that he is going to carve is exactly given in the scriptures, in the Shastra. It's exactly given in the scriptures. It is not somebody's imagination. Sometimes people think Krishna is having a peacock feather. So that peacock feather they think is some artist's imagination. He has put one peacock feather there in the drawing of Krishna. No, it is not any artist's imagination. Krishna actually in the spiritual world, he has got a peacock feather decorating his forehead. He actually has got it. So, none of these deity forms are imaginary forms. They are all accurate, real form of the Lord as he is always present in the spiritual world. And where do we find the description of this? In the authentic original scriptures. Authentic original scriptures. And these deities, they also perform pastimes because it is the Lord himself. So the Lord in the form of the deity performs pastimes, Leela. There's so many pastimes, just like Udupi. Srimad Madhvacharya, he installed the deity of Krishna, which we all can go and now see. That deity was not carved by Madhvacharya, or Madhvacharya did not order anybody to carve the deity. He got the deity in a cargo ship which landed on the shore of Udupi. You see, the history is this deity was actually originally installed by Vajranabha, the great grandson of Krishna in Dwaraka, when Krishna was present 5,000 years back. So Vajranabha installed this deity, and since then it is being worshipped. The same deity is now in Udupi. So this is called the pastime of the deity incarnation of Krishna. In fact, the deity was packed up in a huge piece of clay, tilak clay, and it was being carried in a ship, being used as some weight for counterbalancing. And when that ship came to the shore, then the Srimad Madhvacharya, he asked, I want that particular huge piece of clay. So that person who was taking that load, he was taking some cargo for some trade. So he thought, that is of no use to me, actually. He wanted to give something useful to Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya said, I don't want anything of your cargo items. I want that piece of clay. So then, when the piece of clay was brought and given, then Madhvacharya ordered some people to break open and said, inside there is a deity. Even before it was broken open, Srimad Madhvacharya knew that there is a deity inside. So how did he know? Krishna revealed to him. Krishna revealed to him within his heart. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. Krishna reveals to his pure devotees, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. So, Krishna revealed that I am inside this particular thing. So, deities are real person performing their activities called pastimes, leela, performing their own leela. And we cannot understand or make out. Similarly, the pure devotees are engaged in assisting the Lord in his leela. So, Kamsa, he is participating in Krishna leela. And before the birth of Krishna, appearance of Krishna, he is preparing the circumstances for Krishna's appearance. So it is explained here that when Kamsa was pacified and did not kill Devaki, then after that Devaki's first child was born, and Vasudeva, keeping the promise, went and delivered the child to Kamsa as promised. Kamsa said, oh, there is no danger for me from this first child, only the eighth child. So he told, Kamsa told Vasudeva, you take this child back. But Narada came and informed Kamsa that any one of the sons of Devaki might be Vishnu, and the prophecy is you'll be killed by Vishnu, appearing as the son of Devaki. So he told Kamsa that any of the children might be Vishnu, better you kill all the children born of Devaki, not just the eighth child. So the correct understanding is, why would Narada tell Kamsa to kill the children of Devaki? Narada is a devotee. A devotee will not advise anybody kill somebody. So why did he advise like that? Because it is explained here, Narada's intention was that Kamsa would increase his sinful activities by killing the children of Devaki, and Krishna would soon appear to kill Kamsa. So Narada wants Krishna to appear and kill this Kamsa and stop all his atrocities. But in order for that to happen quickly, he is telling Kamsa that any one of the children might be Vishnu. Not that Narada doesn't know. Narada knows only the eighth child of Devaki will be Vishnu, who's appearing as Krishna. That he knows. Narada knows that. But still, to accelerate the appearance of Krishna, he's doing this. Now, this is something that is only understood by devotees who worship Narada as the greatest devotee of the Supreme Lord. Pure devotee. He does everything for the ultimate good of the whole world. He'll never do anything for harming anyone. He has no ill intentions. He is not a troublemaker. He is the greatest well-wisher of everyone. Krishna is described in the Bhagavad Gita as Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. He is the topmost well-wisher of every living being. Similarly, in the Bhagavatam, pure devotees are described as Suhrida Sarva Dehinam. Exactly like Krishna is the topmost well-wisher of every living being, similarly, even pure devotees are topmost well-wishers of every living being. So Narada, exactly like Krishna, is also everyone's well-wisher. So he is a well-wisher of Kamsa also. He is a well-wisher of Devaki. He is a well-wisher of Vasudeva. Well-wisher of everyone. In spite of that, why is he telling Kamsa, you kill the children of Devaki, all the children of Devaki? That is for Krishna to appear quickly and stop Kamsa's. When Krishna kills somebody, that killing is good for the person who's killed, because thereby Krishna will stop that person's sinful activities. Killing means stopping sinful activities. Killing also means purifying that person of all sinful reactions. So when Kamsa was killed by Krishna, Kamsa became purified of all sinful reactions. That is Krishna's blessing on Kamsa. So Prabhupada says in the 16th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita that God's mercy is shown to demons only when God kills the demons. Only when God kills the demons, that is when God shows His mercy to the demons. That they stop their sinful activities and they become purified completely. So, exactly as Narada advised Kamsa, Kamsa also thought that after Narada went away, he thought, oh, any of the members of the Yadu dynasty might be Vishnu. Any of the all the members of the Yadu dynasty are actually demigods. And demigods are considered by the demons to be their enemies. So all these Yadu dynasty people, they are all my enemies. Very dangerous people. And particularly Devaki and Vasudeva. They are demigods. So they are also my enemies. And any of Devaki's children might be Vishnu. And Vishnu, according to the understanding of the demons, is one more demigod. This is the understanding of the demons. Vishnu is a demigod. Vishnu is a supreme lord who also performs some of the activities of a devata. As the maintainer of this material world, the creation of this material world is taken charge of by Brahma. The destruction of this material world is taken charge of by Shiva. And both Shiva and Brahma are devatas. Vishnu is not a devata, but he takes charge of maintenance of this material world after it is created. And therefore, he may be considered to be acting as a devata. Acting as a devata. But he is not a devata. He is a supreme lord. So, Vishnu is considered by ignorant people to be just a devata. And just like devatas are subject to the laws of material nature, devatas also have death. They are not eternally going to live as devatas. They are also going to die. But not Vishnu. Vishnu has no death because he is the Supreme Lord. Neither Vishnu appears or incarnates in a material form. He incarnates only in his original spiritual form. Original spiritual form. So Vishnu is not a demigod like the other demigods, other devatas. Vishnu is the Supreme Lord. But still, the demons and the non-devotees, they consider Vishnu to be another devata. So, Kamsa had this enmity against devatas because they are his enemies according to his calculation. So, he wants to be careful with Devaki and Vasudeva because they are demigods. And he wants to kill all the children born of Devaki because any of them might be Vishnu. And his fear is that he is going to be killed by Vishnu. That's a prophecy. So it is said here by Shukadeva Goswami that Kamsa thought all the members of the Yadu dynasty were demigods and that any of the children born of the womb of Devaki might be Vishnu. Fearing his death from Vishnu, he immediately arrested Vasudeva and Devaki and chained them with iron shackles. And suspecting each of the children born of Devaki to be Vishnu, he killed each of them, one after another, one after another. Jatam jatam ahan putram. He killed each child that was born. Like this, he killed the first 6 children. That will be described later on. The first 6 children he killed. The first child whom he had spared, when Vasudeva delivered the child as soon as it was born, that child was the first one to be killed. As soon as they were arrested, he killed that child. And then after that, the next 5 children born of Devaki and Vasudeva also he killed as soon as they were born. Mercilessly, heartlessly he killed. He has no compassion or no mercy, no quality of mercy, that is completely absent. So, when Vasudeva first time, as the child was born, he went and delivered the child. Kamsa showed some compassion upon the child. That is simply an external show. Within the core of the heart, demons have all bad qualities. They don't have any good qualities. That's why it's called demoniac nature. Demoniac nature. And divine nature is within the core of their heart, they have only divine qualities, good qualities. So Indra may sometimes appear to act in a inimical way, but Indra, being a devata, is having only divine qualities. And these divine qualities are manifest under appropriate circumstances. Just like when Hiranyakashipu, who was torturing the whole universe after getting his boons from Brahma, and when he went to do tapasya, he went away to do tapasya. Then, actually, that time, Hiranyakashipu's wife was pregnant, and that Prahlad was to appear as the son of Hiranyakashipu. He was in the womb of his mother, Hiranyakashipu's wife, Kayadu. So as soon as this Hiranyakashipu went away for doing tapasya, the demigods came to know of that. Immediately, they attacked the demons, and they first arrested this Kayadu, Hiranyakashipu's wife. And when they came to know, of course, they came to know that she's pregnant. So immediately they took her and wanted to actually kill the child as soon as it is born. They didn't want to do any harm to Kayadu. Woman is never harmed, even if she is the mother of a demon. Still, she will not be harmed by a divine natured person. So they were taking away Kayadhu. When Narad Muni intercepted them, she was crying, "Please help me. These people are harassing me, these devatas." So Narad Muni stopped Indra and the other devatas who were taking her away and asked, "What is the reason? Why are you harming her?" So then Indra said, "We don't want to harm her. She is the wife of Hiranyakashipu. In her womb is the seed of that demon, Hiranyakashipu, another child. So we will wait for her to deliver the child, then we'll kill the child immediately because this child is a demon." So then Narad Muni explained the child inside her womb is not a demon. It's actually a great devotee. So don't attempt to kill this child. And then immediately Indra released her and he circumambulated her, thereby circumambulating and showing respect to the devotee inside her womb, and begged forgiveness for having arrested her and paid obeisances and left the place. This is called divine nature. You see, this is called divine nature. Whereas the demoniac nature is Kamsa. Kamsa is displaying demoniac nature. Although he did not kill the child when Vasudeva went and delivered the first child, as soon as Narada said any of the children might be Vishnu, immediately kill that child, the first child. And after that, kill every single child that is born of Devaki. No mercy, no compassion, no consideration. So this is demoniac nature. All the bad qualities are there in the demons. That is called demoniac nature. And all the good qualities are there in the devatas. So this distinction is clearly explained in the 16th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Daiva Swabhava and Asuri Swabhava. And elaborately it is explained in the 16th chapter. Please read that carefully. And therefore, Kamsa is a demon, however he may act. And Indra is a divine person, divine natured person. However badly he may act. And however nice Kamsa may act, he is still a demon. Always a demon. Okay, I'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I have an announcement to make. One announcement. Tomorrow is the Prana Pratishtha of Lord Sri Rama in Ayodhya. So we'll be celebrating Prana Pratishtha of Lord Sri Rama tomorrow. Celebrations will begin from 6:30 p.m. in the evening. We'll be having Rama Taraka Yajna. After that, we'll be having Sankirtan and Deepotsav. You'll get a chance to offer a lamp to Lord Krishna and Balaram dressed as Rama and Lakshmana. So you can, you're invited to come and participate in this festival. Tomorrow evening, 6:30 onwards, till about 8 p.m. This festival will be there. Hare Krishna.